All right. My name is Zoe Crow. I'm calling to order the select board meeting. It's Monday, October 6th. I actually think it's just fine. There it is. 2025. And we have in attendance Brad Peacock, Mike, I mispronounce her last name every single time. Naomi Miller. And yeah. So does anybody have a conflict of interest with anything that's on the agenda this evening?
No.
Okay, hearing no conflict. So taking a look at the minutes, we actually cannot approve any of our previous minutes because Tony was always there. And so since he is not here, we have to wait for him.
We have to wait. And the other ones are backlogged. We have to wait for those too.
Yeah, so no minutes this evening for approval. Item 4, announcements and updates. Paula, what have you got?
I have an announcement that they started putting in the vault today in the new building.
Very exciting.
Very exciting. So half the day was unloading the truck of the pieces because it's modular, and it should have the walls up tomorrow. We're very excited.
That's great.
Yep.
Awesome. Glad to hear it.
Yep.
That was quite a process, and I'm glad to hear it got framed out in time and everything.
I know. They said it looked good, so we did.
Great.
Gold star.
Love to hear it.
Yep.
Thank you to everybody who was involved in that process, and especially to the gentleman who did that. All right, so taking a look at item 5, which is warrants.
Yep.
All right, I would like to call for a motion to consider check warrant report 26008 for an amount of $180,989.22.
So moved.
Second?
All right, so taking a look at items over $1,000. 21st Century Concrete. This is paid for with a grant, which is listed $5,946.
That was the Horton Hill project.
Horton Hill project, which is complete, right?
Yep.
Great. Okay, BCRC, $2,993.96.
Those are dues to them for the solid waste implementation plan.
$1,024.08 to GA Bovey. I do it wrong every time.
That's okay.
Yours, which one is it?
It's GA Bove.
Right?
Yeah.
It's Bove in my heart, but
Oil and diesel.
great. $1,257.62 to GA Bove Fuels. Same thing.
Same thing.
Brett Mold Construction, $3,639.23.
They framed out vault clerk area in the new building.
Thank you.
Yes.
All right, CAI Technologies, $3,000 flat.
Listers tax maps.
Caterpillar Financial, which is Caterpillar for $11,933.87.
That's a loan lease payment on the cat excavator.
Yep, awesome. Crick Gravel and Land Development, paid for by a grant as well, $1,080
Yep, that was with that project too.
for Horton Hill.
Yep.
Green Mountain Windows, $2,620.80
Those are the windows for the town clerk's office.
in the new building.
In the new
And that's
building.
paid for out of the funds that were allocated.
That's right, not from taxpayer money,
Great.
right?
Okay, HSE, $1,014.
That is fire department equipment, I think a thermal imager.
Cool.
Yes.
High tech.
Yeah.
Innovative Surface Solutions, $5,443.46.
Calcium chloride, DPW.
Right. Madison Repair Services, $10,050.
Maintenance
I'm
on...
sorry,
$1,000.
$1,050. Big difference there.
Yeah, each of those is a smaller amount, and it was maintenance on 4 different vehicles.
Great. Matt Morse Excavating, $10,000.
That was on the Horton Hill as well, and paid by a highway grant.
Great. Northeast Municipal LLC, 2 sums listed out here, $1,026.01 and $1,254.80.
Road signs for that project.
Peckham Industries, $1,669.91.
Gravel. Some of it was grant.
2,000. This one is from a grant.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
$2,568.41, which is from a grant. $1,929.82, also to the Peckham, also from a grant.
Yep.
$3,059.60, also from a grant. $2,414.06, also from a grant, also to Peckham.
Yep.
All right, moving down.
Yeah.
And most of it covered, it looks like we only paid one of them. Okay. Taking a look down here, we've got RCS Consulting, $1,675.45.
That was work on the new building.
All right, Sycamore Landscaping, 2 invoices in excess of $1,000. One is for $3,208.00.
One of those is mowing the cemeteries, the other one is the town buildings and
The other one
parks.
is $1,600.
Yep.
Passive, $23,700.58.
Insurance and bond, that's like workman's comp. We pay them, they're our insurer for
Our insurance.
all the vehicles and workman's comp and all that.
Vermont bonding, $62,827.50.
Yeah, that one was, where is it? That was their payment on, I just saw that one this morning. Loan, but I can't remember which loan it was, because we have a few.
Yeah, we have a couple loans open with them right
Probably the garage.
Yeah, probably. It'll be in here. I think it is the garage, because that's the only one in that amount. Yeah, that's what it is, thank you.
now. Wallingford crushed stone, $1,235.83.
Gravel.
Gravel.
Yep.
All right, so I'd like to call for every time to approve this one. Or any further discussion? All in favor?
Okay.
Thank you all. Great.
This one is for the employer expenses, like the HRA card and taxes and such,
Okay. So
and retirement
And then there's
things.
another,
This is,
payroll, but this is-
yeah.
Okay, got it. So I'd like to call for a motion to consider check warrant report ERW03 in the amount of $23,245.60. Great. All in favor of approving this? Is there any discussion? Aye.
This was the last payroll, and Naomi came in and signed it, so the rest of it. Got to sign.
No? I'd like to call for to approve check warrant.
And if you note, Zoe, down here, that amount DPW pay is reimbursed under the grant.
Oh,
because-
great, so some of this payroll,
Yes.
is offset in the amount of
Offset,
$9,473.38.
Is a DPW did a lot of that.
$21,224.55 minus $9,473.38 is what this payroll actually costs. So thank you to the state.
Yes, and the grants.
That's great. So all in favor?
Aye.
All right. So as I understand, all right, any public comments this evening? No, you're on the agenda.
You want to take it? You may have to make a motion, and I don't know if you want to make motions during public comments or not. It's about the tractor parade.
Yeah, that makes sense. Sure.
I suggest, you want to do it now?
What do you suggest?
I think you're better off under other business, but that's just.
Great, we're gonna do that then. All right.
Just we got to say it, well,
Yeah, that's, dealer's choice there, dealer's choice.
that's all. No, I think it's more official if you do it under other business.
That makes sense to me
We could hear
too.
about it under public comment and
And
vote
then-
about it.
Okay.
later.
Oh, and then you get to go home if you want, and we can
Yeah,
vote on it
that
without
way
you
you
having to
don't-
wait for the rest of the meeting.
There's a lot of things that got to be discussed. The survey was put out. Thanks, Jen, for that.
You're welcome.
26 people responded. We have at least 14 tractors, but 26 people offered to help, so we got all kinds of help, which there's a lot of things that we got to do. Is our insurance company going to cover it? we've got to have a staging area. I mean, everybody that brings a tractor's got a truck and a trailer, all that sort of stuff. There's a lot of things. Can we use Route 7? These are all things that have to be discussed before.
Yeah, absolutely.
I was just asked to look into this.
No, yes, it does not fall upon you. Now that there's been interest expressed, Paula and I will start to look into these things. We'll reach out to Passive, we'll reach out to the state. I might reach out to Manchester directly and ask them how they do it.
Greenwich, of course, is a huge success that everybody talks about.
They're just in New York, so I feel like
But their Chamber of Commerce runs it, and you know what I'm saying? It's a lot to
it's an
it.
undertaking, yeah.
And they're a much bigger town.
Oh, absolutely, and, you know, the farms are bigger there too, but, I mean, you throw in some fire trucks, I mean, I've got a wagon that kids can ride on, or we could even have other wagons. We can make probably 25 or so, fire truck and town truck and a few things like that. I'm sure it'd be 25 vehicles in each trailer.
All right, so I guess our step is to see if it's feasible.
Okay, is that
Right.
where you want to leave it?
Well, what would, yeah, I think so at this point.
Yeah,
Because we should probably talk to
make
the
some phone
state
calls.
and
Insurance.
about the roads. We'll talk to Passive about the insurance sort of segment of it, and then maybe discuss using the elementary school parking lot as a staging ground or something like that.
It would be even bigger than that. I mean,
Yeah, it would be there and here would be the two spaces I can think of, is like over
maybe
there,
even Howard
over
Park,
here, maybe Howard
out
Park.
back.
And so like coming up with a plan in terms of which
Yeah.
spaces we would use,
And
could use.
we don't have any experience with that, and I thought maybe if we, a week or so before, we had somebody that would offer to, the Loomises have 4 different tractors, and they have a big area up there, and I thought maybe if people wanted to go up there with their vehicle and learn how to do it, or work together or something like that. But there's all kinds of possibilities, but that's, okay?
That's awesome. Okay.
Awesome.
So I think that this was the time to discuss it, since we have so many negotiables to kind of figure out before we can move it to deciding to do it. Question, how did this come about? It was a citizen, right? Art, right? It was you.
No,
No, okay, who was it?
Shaftsbury citizen came to me to ask me,
Why don't we do this and can we do it?
why don't we do this? He
Great.
said-
Josh
He said to me, you're the one, Josh
Tobe.
Tobe.
Josh Tobe.
Okay.
Josh Tobe. He's a doctor who lives up on Bennett Hill. So
All right.
we can thank him.
All right, we'll keep looking at it. As I'm like, whose circus is this? And Josh is like, it's not my circus.
We'll make sure we call him then.
Tim, you have a comment?
So those of us who haven't caught up yet, what are you gonna do with tractors?
Mighty tractor parade.
There's a proposal to
Christmas
perhaps have
lights
one.
and light and do the outline of your tractor.
Oh, so it's a Christmas parade?
This is a wintertime parade.
Yeah, this has been, and Jen has run a few surveys on the town website and on town social media asking if people would want to participate. Mr. Whitman came back in, we discussed how many tractors there actually were in town, trying to get sort of the first steps of feasibility of whether or not we even have enough takers for it to be possible, and now we got to figure out the logistics. But it seems that people, yeah, holiday wintertime parade, so
Yes.
maybe there could be, whatever, hot cocoa adjacent things.
Oh, there's a lot of things that
A lot of things that can happen.
can,
So, trying to bring more yeah, I would imagine so.
There you go.
But yeah, trying to bring more Shaftsbury back to Shaftsbury, so. All right. Well, then I think that's it for this part of the conversation, Mr. Whitman, but I really appreciate it, yeah.
Okay, I'm sure we'll be back again.
Yeah. I'm sure we will be.
Would you take it down?
Yeah,
Take on the form?
And maybe we'll have to have a meeting with the rec committee and start to see if that's something.
Once we establish dates and all that sort of stuff, I think we'll be flooded with other people that want to bring other stuff too.
Yeah.
And the parameter of potential dates is,
Well, it's hard to say because you got Greenwich, Manchester, then down the White Creek, which is actually kind of Cambridge, village of Cambridge.
Mm-hmm.
They have their parade, and the town over there we put a tractor in last year before, with a dump truck, and we get a lot of tractors. So, and they come from all over. You get them, a lot of these farms get them all set up, and they go from parade to parade to parade.
All right, we gotta get their number.
Well,
We should mark their dates and make sure
yeah,
our
that's
dates.
the.
Yeah, that we don't want to overlap.
Yeah.
Parade, Manchester,
So we need our own date.
yeah.
All right, so maybe another thing that Paula and I can try to coordinate is reaching out to
and maybe the rec
Chamber of
committee can
Commerce.
help.
Maybe the rec committee, that would be great. Is,
Maybe we'd want it on the same day so we don't get bombarded, 100 tractors.
No, I
It's
don't.
insightful thinking.
It's our first year, so I think we want to not be in competition with any other local events.
Yeah.
But maybe with the rec committee, we can take on contacting town administrators and the Chamber of Commerce of Greenwich and figure out what their proposed dates are. I'm sure they're starting to hammer them down.
Yeah, they've got them.
Nail them down, hammer them out, you know, these idioms.
For Greenwich.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah, because then it starts to snow, yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, awesome. All right, thank you, Mr. Whitman. It's perfect. All right. Just gonna take a couple quick notes here.
Paula, would I do mine now or at other business?
I would do,
Okay.
you can do.
Other business.
Yeah, I would do other. I have to
Yeah,
do the
because
other
that's not so much public comment as it is
Town business.
town business, yeah. All right, is there any further public comment at this time? Hearing none. As I understand it, we don't have a treasurer's report this evening, so no item 7, and we also don't have a report
No,
from
I
the...
have a DPW
Oh, you got one?
report.
Okay.
I got it.
Item
Email.
8, we've got a DPW report.
Yep, an email from Mike. The DPW crew has finished up the Horton Hill Bridge replacement project and the road is open. Temporary safety barrels are still in place until the guardrail is installed, which will be the last week in October. That will complete the project so we could submit for grant reimbursement from VTrans. He would like to thank Jen Hawley for posting photos of the project to keep the public informed on how we are making progress to get the road back open. I would encourage you to look at the pictures because they did beautiful work.
Yeah, it
And
looks great.
It's a very fancy situation over there now. It's impressive. DPW crew is rebuilding the road base on a section of Maple Hill Road just north of the East Road intersection. In the spring thaw, this section of roadway will turn to mud and can be difficult to pass through. We are installing road fabric and gravel, as well as better drainage to improve this area in the future. We'll be working on this area all week. Road grading, Shaftsbury Hollow Road and Granger Hollow Road, roadside mowing, East Road. Under grants, he says, I'm submitting an application for the Vermont Better Road Grant. I've chosen a culvert on Cold Spring Road just before the intersection of White Creek Road for this grant application. This culvert is undersized and has made a lot of erosion, the embankment next to the road surface. This will be for fiscal year '27 if awarded to us. They moved the deadline up to October 31st instead of December 31st. Equipment, as we get toward the end of the month, we'll be starting to get our winter equipment lined up as well, even though summer is back this week. That's what, yeah, so
All
that's
right.
DPW report.
Well, thank you to Mike
It's been
Benatti.
really, really busy,
Yeah.
doing good things.
And thank you to Mike for getting that in advance of this evening's meeting. So following the DPW report, item 9 is the discussion of Recreation Committee event from Dina Rugi and Sarah Costin.
Do you want to pull your chairs up?
Sure.
And you can actually hear us.
It takes me a bit.
We're both lame.
We're both there.
You can come back and force Sarah with the floor.
Yeah.
I brought notes.
All right, she's ready.
Yeah.
We are here, the Recreation Committee. I'm Dina Rugi, and this is
Sarah Costin.
Sarah Custon. We are here to promote our event that we are having on October 18th.
A town green event. Yes, the second town green
So
event.
you see these posters around town. This has to do with the doggy parade and costume contest that we're having. And it's going to be on the town green. It's very easy to sign up for it. Town of Shaftsbury website.
Thank you, Jen.
Thank you very much, Jen. So far, we have 4 little doggies that are going to participate. We're looking forward to seeing them. And we hope that we garner a heck of a lot more because it's going to be a fun time. It is from 5:30 to 7, so you're not talking about a tremendously long period of time. And we will have hot cocoa and popcorn for people. And we will have doggy treats and things like that for the little guys. And Sarah has pulled together a bunch of concerns and things that
Just questions.
we just,
like-
yeah, we need answers to.
Yeah.
So since she's got everything written down, we'll let Sarah take it away.
All right.
So the reason we decided to do this was because of the dog park. We're trying to promote awareness for the dog park as well as having fun for kids and grown-ups too. But we want to be able to get people there and have people sign up to give us their contact information if they want to come work on the dog park when we know the dates that we're going to be up there putting it together. And I have a map here of the location for the dog park, which is up by the front of the
Oh,
entrance
great,
to
yeah,
the
I know we've
park.
been talking about this a lot.
Yeah, so that is what it would look like. And I talked to Mike a little bit about it, Mike Yanati,
Mhm.
and he said that the drainage up there, something needs to be done with drainage.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So, I'll get into that in a second. I'll finish up with
All right.
Halloween first.
Yeah, let's finish Halloween before we
Yeah.
get into,
Do we need the animal control officer?
That's it.
That was one question I had.
I don't know. We'll
I don't think
we'll
it's a
find
bad
out.
idea.
Okay.
Seems like a good idea.
Yeah.
But I doubt that there is any formal requirement.
Okay.
But we will look into it. There are other formal requirements. Why don't you ask your questions first?
Okay, so lights, we're gonna have some lights, so we're gonna request having extension cords from here.
Okay.
There. And I need to put out a sort of a public appeal for, we need something, Harold Rowe is doing he's the grand marshal of this tiny little parade. He's the guy.
Is he a
who's been
human
like-
or a dog?
No,
He's a human, he's a human.
Harold
And
is
he's
very
been
human.
promoting this for years.
Oh, he's the gentleman who's been
Exactly.
checking back, wondering when we're
Exactly.
gonna finish up, and we're doing our very
Wondering,
best. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
It was his
So,
friend who
he
donated
needs
the
something
money.
to ride on. I don't have
Oh, yeah, I
anything for
don't.
him to ride on. He's in his 90s.
Oh, me neither.
Oh.
And neither does the town.
Yeah, I know. So anybody out there who's listening,
Like
To
a
think
three-wheel
about that.
bike.
or some sort of ATV or a golf cart. You know,
I think that ATV would be a no. I think golf cart would be probably.
Golf cart would be a really great if anybody has one, or if somebody knows where we could rent one.
It's nice flat.
Interesting. I do not know anybody who has a golf cart.
If anybody thinks of something.
Is he
let me know.
mobility impaired?
He's just, I think he's older, and walking around with a bunch of dogs might be
Too much, yeah.
A little too much.
Tim, did you have a thought?
Mount Anthony Golf Course in Bennington has lots of golf courses.
Do they rent them?
They don't, but I can put you in touch with the owner and you might be able to negotiate.
That would be
something.
great.
Yeah, that would be ideal. That seems
That
like the
would be
safest, safest vehicle there.
Yeah, yeah,
I know
I think
people
so.
who have side by sides, but they're really loud.
Yeah.
You know, and ATVs are very,
Yeah,
definitely,
golf
yeah.
carts are nice and quiet. They won't
Yeah.
be scaring any dogs or
And they're-
destroying the green.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's the ideal.
Yeah.
We just need somebody with a trailer to bring it here.
Yeah. A lot of trailers out there.
So there are going to be 3 categories for prizes, and we're supplying all the prizes and the bags and the dog treats and everything else. So
Great.
that's all taken care of. There'll be some music for the parade, just on the loudspeaker or something, you know, I haven't decided that yet either. And that's pretty much all for that.
Before we move on, there are a couple
Yeah.
things that we were talking about earlier today, Paula
Okay.
and Naomi and I. We're going to reach out. I did a little bit of sort of preliminary research, but we want to make sure from an insurance standpoint that this event is covered because it's on town land. From my understanding, I did a little bit of reading after we met this afternoon, and I do think that it is because it's, well, yes, because it's hosted by the town, because it's being hosted by a town committee.
Right.
And so therefore, I'm pretty sure that our coverage, but we're going to reach out to Passive tomorrow, and we're
Yeah,
going to ask
we'll
if we
call
need a
them anyway.
specific rider for the event.
Okay.
Um,
We do have a waiver in that registration.
Oh, you
There's a
do?
whole thing.
Great,
for
love that.
rules, And if there's an aggressive dog, it'll be removed.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
So
then
that's all there.
let's
When they
mention,
register the
let's
dog.
let's tell them specifically about the waiver, the
Yeah.
insurance
Is somebody
agent.
coming from the vet's office?
Yeah, West Mountain said that one of their vet techs is probably going to come.
Great.
Fingers
Okay,
crossed.
but I just wanted to, sort of relay that we're gonna ensure that my understanding is correct, and if not, look into what it takes
Yeah.
to get an event coverage. It's an hour and a half, you
Yeah.
know?
Yeah,
Um,
and so far 4 small dogs.
yeah, very minimal
With only
liability.
3 prizes, I hope we get more dogs than that, because
Yeah, I know.
that 4th dog would
We'll
be
just
terrible.
give them something.
Yeah. Well, I guess if I come, I can bring my dog. Okay, so great. Now about now we're talking about the dog park.
So, yeah,
All
the
right.
dog park. So the reason for moving it up was that because there's been more use of Howard Park, which is great, they expanded the parking area way into where the dog park was going to be. It took about half the space. So this is up the hill in a really flat area up there. But Mike said that the drainage, there would need to be some drainage, I think, from the parking across into where the gate is. And possibly a little walkway, kind of like Tilner Trail has the little wooden bridge, something like that. And I don't know where funding for that comes from. Do we need to make sure that we're raising enough funds to cover all of the drainage and everything else?
We should talk to Mike and we should get an understanding of what actually needs to be done.
Yeah.
And a scope of work of what
Okay.
making this feasible
This is-
will cost.
Exactly.
And then we can look into if there are available grants, if you all do need to fundraise it, this sort of thing. But really the first thing that we need to know is how much it's gonna cost
Yeah.
and what he has
Yeah.
to do.
Yeah, and we have that 5,000 set aside.
Mhm.
And, we have other people in our survey who said that they would donate more funds.
Mhm.
to
So there could be like a matching
That's nice.
thing, we could do
Yeah.
various things.
Yeah.
Okay, then, maybe if you could liaise with Mike and try to talk out a game plan with him, if you'd be
Okay.
comfortable doing so,
Yeah.
on behalf of
You
the
know,
recreation
yeah,
committee.
yeah.
Yeah,
Sure.
okay, that would be great.
Can I
Yes.
ask a
Yeah.
question?
Yeah.
What's the overall square footage?
I think it's 2.5 acres total.
Nice.
Wow.
It's
Yeah.
big. Yeah.
Okay.
Wow, yeah.
Yeah, which is a nice size.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
If we'd be able to keep the large dogs and the small dogs separated.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good.
Which,
But in the same place.
oh, yeah.
Yeah, which is really
There's
useful.
Yeah,
usually a
that's the
fence
ideal.
between
There'll be a fence.
Like in Manchester, where they've got on the one side and then you go back
Yeah.
in. and it's like-
Exactly,
yeah.
Right.
yeah.
That's a good dog park. Okay. Does anybody have any other questions about this? Thoughts? About either the dog party, dog-a-ween?
I can
Halloween. Yes.
Are you gonna have a donation bucket or something at the Halloween dog parade?
Yeah.
For the, okay.
Oh, that was the other
Halloween.
thing, that's what I didn't write down. Donations,
That is very
so if we take donations, that should be written to Town of Shaftsbury with the dog park
In
on
the
the
memo?
memo.
That would be my
And-
understanding.
and
That'd be the best way to do
If
it.
it was just cash, it would just go to Melanie and
And she would,
she
Or
would
Tiffany or
deposit
me,
it into,
yeah.
okay.
yeah.
Yeah, I just wanted to make sure that was done correctly.
Yeah, we'll make sure the funds are directed to the
Yeah.
correct account.
Exactly.
Okay.
Wow.
Very
It's
exciting.
fun.
Yeah, I know.
It is fun.
It is
I
fun.
can't wait.
This
gonna
is
be
what
lovely.
happens when I break my foot and I get bored.
She's got time on her hands.
Well, have you heard about the tractor
On the
parade?
feet.
I have.
Combine them.
Josh actually came to me first, and I was like, okay, let me.
Because it looks like you got a little bit more healing to do, so.
2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Oh, you're so close.
I'm so close.
Nearly done.
Chomping at the bit.
Well, thank you all. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you.
Thank you.
so
Thank you
much.
both.
Yeah. You're taking that.
I'm taking this.
You're gonna leave some of those for that?
Yeah, we passed them
We've
out all
already
over
been
town.
putting these
Yeah, I
up.
saw one at Clearbrook yesterday.
Yep.
Clearbrook, there's one at the Chocolate Barn, there's one in the post office.
Libraries,
Libraries,
schools, all the schools.
Yeah, North Bennington, the library.
Head Start.
We were over there,
All over it.
Yeah.
yeah. so
Should put one at the,
traveled around.
well, I guess that's not in town. But the YMCA has a bulletin board that people always look at, like in Bennington.
Is that one down
Book
there?
stop?
Yeah,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
one there. There's one at Buck Stop, and there's one at
Yeah, I put that one out.
somewhere else. I don't know.
All right, well,
Get
awesome.
one up
All
to
right,
the
thank
elementary school.
There are two at the.
Yeah, I think
Oh,
they said
okay,
that they
okay,
did.
good.
Yeah, yeah.
They're all over it. They're
kids will
good,
go home and
yeah.
say, We've got to
We
dress
also
up.
put, the other school that we put,
Highland Hall.
Highland Hall, we were doing
Okay,
Highland
yeah.
Hall, and they put
Okay.
it up there too.
Very cute little
And we thought
school.
that would be cute for the kids to get involved in.
Yeah, very nice.
Lots of fun stuff going on.
There is. Thank you all very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
This has been delightful.
Just give you the email.
Do you all need a pen?
I've got one.
Got one? Okay,
I think I have paper and a pen.
perfect.
I'm looking for my papers. Do you want a pen? Oh.
It's good. I like it.
Yeah, me too. I approve. can't take my dog.
Oh, I meant this, but yeah,
Oh,
also
okay.
that.
Yeah, I thought you meant the
Yeah.
howloo.
Yeah, I wonder if I can go, because if I can go, then maybe I'll bring my dog. And make her, one year she was a brontosaurus.
I have a
I was
really
telling you about that.
Yes. Soon for a beagle.
Yeah. We dyed her green
It's a
with some
banana
natural
split. Is it
dye
off
and
me?
then.
Yep.
Okay, God. Sorry.
Did it.
I'm like, something's crawling on me.
Yep, I saw that.
What was it?
I don't know, but
She can tell by
probably
the
just
look
like
on
the
my
thing
face.
I flip-flopped
Oh, man.
yesterday morning.
No, it's on the chair behind you.
Okay.
Don't move, don't move, don't move. It's gone.
Oh, it's one of those beetles. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that won't bite me, so that's fine.
No, it's good.
But when it was like,
Just sneak out.
Yeah, it's never nice to be crawled on by.
Thank you, Sarah. Okay.
All right, thank you both so much. So item 9, 10, excuse me, item 10. So we'll be talking about the recommendation of the appointment of Tim Scoggins to the Planning Commission as an interim member of the Planning Commission because the chair is out on extended medical leave. Just a couple of things for the larger audience before you come up and speak. It's just sort of, from my understanding about what Mr. Scoggins would be able to bring. I mean, you all know him, but not everybody knows him, and so Mr. Scoggins has a wealth of experience that would be relevant to the Planning Commission and helpful in the processes that they're undertaking at this time. He's, I don't know if this is actively true at the moment, the regional representative to Act 250 Commission, is that correct? Yes. And has served on the Select Board, and as part of his service on the Select Board, he also chaired the Select Board. With everything going on, we really do need somebody on the Planning Commission with a lot of experience with Act 250, Act 181, and institutional knowledge of the town. We don't really have that right now with the chair out, and there's been a significant amount of turnover on the board in the past 2 years. And so we have discussed the idea of Mr. Scoggins being an ideal interim replacement for Nancy Burns. Yeah, so if you'd like to come and join us and tell us a little bit about yourself.
So, yes, Naomi talked to me about coming onto the planning commission while you're trying to hurdle a couple of, get past a couple of hurdles related to the Cornerstone project out back here for senior housing. And I think I can help out there. I've had conversations with the people on the planning commission. I went to their last meeting, and really helpful. I went to BCRC and talked to Nick Zayak about the zoning-ish problem. It's not a zoning problem exactly, but it is related to Act 181, and also about the sewer system. And I can talk about what I found out there, or if y'all want to ask me any questions, or I could give you more of my resume if you like.
Does anybody have
Whatever
any
pleases the
questions
board.
or any resume requests?
No.
I personally do not.
No, I have a question, but did you find out something more about the sewer system or something?
The main thing I found out was at the meeting, the last meeting of the planning commission, there was some confusion about what was expected of them. And I think what was expected of them, well, I guess the situation is we did a sewer survey, we got to a 60% completion point, and the sewer committee polled the surrounding neighborhood to see what kind of interest there was in tapping into a community septic system, and they got no response.
Yeah.
So the sewer committee kind of hit a wall there and was wondering what to do next. In the meantime, Cornerstone has approached the town.
We've been in active discussions with Cornerstone about developing senior housing just to the north of Cole Hall. And they have a need to be reassured ahead of time that they will have access to a perkable, buildable septic area.
Right. And a thing that makes sense to do at this point, to push that project along, would be, we're at the 60% point with the community septic. There's no interest in it in the community at the moment, but as I understand it, the septic technology nowadays is such that you can add on to it. And so what seems to make sense at this point is to direct the engineering company doing the sewer survey to use the remaining 40% to come up with a septic plan for the senior housing out back. And then that would make this an easier thing for Cornerstone to do.
Yeah.
And it would give us something to do with our sewer study, since the community at large doesn't seem ready to jump on it now. But if we get something in place and it's working, and then
In years, the years still
when
ahead.
people's septics do fail, that's probably when they'll want to tap into it. So,
Perfect.
that makes sense. And on that regard, I think what would be helpful for me and the planning commission would be a motion from the select board saying, we would like the planning commission to advise and consent on using the remainder of the 40% of the sewer study for studying the senior housing project by Cornerstone.
Does anybody have any thoughts?
No, yeah, that seems like a good direction to go at this point.
All right. Well, then should we,
I think we might want to first take a vote on an interim
okay.
replacement for Nancy.
Could we take, a
Tim
vote?
Scoggins?
Like to call for a motion to appoint Tim Scoggins to the Planning Commission
As an interim?
as an interim member of the commission. Okay.
So,
Second?
All in favor?
aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, Mr. Scoggins, on that one. So now I guess we'll return to our discussion of the sewer feasibility study and the septic and then the remaining 40%. So from here, I guess the idea here is that we would like the planning commission to, how do we feel about the idea of asking the planning commission to review and endorse using the remaining 40% of that sewer study to evaluate septic for the possible development of senior living community over here? What do we think? And is that something we would vote upon, or is this just sort of like a recommendation?
I would find it helpful to have a motion that
All
I
right.
can take to the planning commission and say, this is what the select
Perfect.
board would like us to do.
Yeah.
So I'd like to call for a motion to endorse using the remaining 40% of the sewer study to evaluate septic for the possible development of a senior living community.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. All right, great. So that's good.
Great.
And then in that same email, I know that there was a lot of sort of conversation about, the town opting into Act 181, Tier 1A, and these sorts of things. And in discussion, I think it might be, if you all are comfortable with this, prudent for us to discuss that at the next select board meeting, following the next meeting of the planning commission, and our ability to disseminate that email to the rest of the group too, so that we can all kind of be on the same page, if that would be okay with you.
It might help me to say out loud what page I think that is.
That sounds great, yeah.
I know, where I'm headed in it. And you're wanting the planning commission to meet before you all discuss it again, so it would be good if I went to the planning commission with the right
Some
ideas
thoughts,
in
yeah.
your head about what it is you want. What I think it is you want is, Act 181 is a modification of Act 250. And the part of it that we're interested in right now is the part of it where the regional planning commissions, and in our case BCRC, produce their regional plan. And while they're in that process, meaning in the next few months, which they are in the process of producing a new regional plan, there presents an option for the town to opt into 181 Tier 1. And what that means is that certain things in certain areas are exempt from Act 250 review, which would be a big help for somebody like Cornerstone, a not-for-profit trying to build multifamily housing.
Right.
And so the way this works is the Planning Commission is now charged by the state with producing a future use map of all the towns, and they have one for us. And it looks a lot like our zoning map. It doesn't supersede our zoning map. Our zoning map and our zoning laws remain in place. This is some intelligence implied to how our zoning might change in the future. If we wanted to expand this area, do it in this direction because there's good septic soils, that kind of thing. So that map is being produced. It's largely produced now. And what would be required what's required at this point is for the select board to sign a letter, it's a form that says we wish to opt into 181 Tier 1A.
But that's after the planning commission makes its recommendation about the changes or not to the proposed map from the BCRC, right?
No, this is, the planning commission, yes, the planning commission could feed back to
Because they've been
BCRC
reviewing properties,
on
yeah.
changes to that map.
Right.
BCRC has a map now.
And the planning commission has been reviewing sort of over here too, and they've been discussing that, I think, for the past couple of meetings, which properties should be exempt. I think if my understanding about what's been going on is correct.
Yes. There are
Yes.
some areas that are on the map that the planning commission is thinking maybe we don't want Tier 1 opt-in on.
Right, and some that I think, I don't know if they're thinking about it, but it seemed to me from a look at that map that there might be some that weren't included in the map that would be of use. I'm not sure. But one of the multiple reasons I thought Tim would be a wonderful interim candidate at this moment is that you have the institutional history of what development proposals have been like over the last 20 years in this town and what kinds of things, when you look at that map, what each street is. And nobody else
On the
currently
commission.
on the commission, with Nancy off it momentarily, knows that stuff. So that actual discussion, I thought, would be very useful for you to be at the planning commission to then advise us when we sign off,
So
recommend.
your understanding is that
assuming
we have to do that feedback process before we opt into Tier 1A? Is that how it works? I don't honestly know.
That was my understanding.
That is just the general planning process of the town, is that the planning commission guides the select board in their decision. So, you know a little more history than I do that at this point. I'm not aware of planning commission discussions about that map, because that was back.
Prior, yeah.
It was prior,
March,
yeah.
I believe,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to understand, since I'm not on it, where they are in that process, and I'm not sure, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
Okay. But just to make clear, there was some confusion about whether or not this was a zoning issue, and it's not a zoning issue.
Yeah.
It's a state level thing that allows certain projects in certain areas to opt out of Act 250 review. And, it's meant to address exactly the kind of things that the select board is planning to do, which is we have a housing crisis, we're trying to build affordable senior housing right out back here. And it's exactly the kind of thing that I believe the legislators were envisioning
When they did
put
this.
exemption.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
Thank you.
Well, very exciting.
Okay.
Does anybody have any other questions or thoughts?
Thank you so much for being willing to lend your time.
Yeah,
You're
thank you.
welcome.
It's really, really helpful.
Glad to know.
Very key moment.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
thank you so much for stepping up.
Okay, thank you.
All right. Well, thank you so much, and welcome to the Planning Commission, interim member. Okay. So, also in the committee and review board arena, so I would like to call for a motion. We have a longstanding member of the Development Review Board. His name is Ted Haberfield. He has submitted his letter of interest to be reappointed to his role, because we're now trying to follow the best practice of always having everybody reappointed at the, times that they're supposed to be. So I'd like to call, if there are no questions, for a motion to reappoint Ted Haberfield to the Development Review Board.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, Ted's still on the board. Nice. Okay, so this is just the first time that we're going to talk about this, and it's probably going to be something we're going to talk about multiple times. Okay, so on Bank Street, there are 2 addresses that exist in Shaftsbury and also in Bennington. North
On the
Bennington,
same
but
street.
yes, on the same street. So there's 19 Bank Street, 19 Bank Street, 39 Bank Street, and 39 Bank Street. You can understand
houses away.
that this is like problematic for, a lot of things, but primarily, we're thinking about 911 addresses and the fact that that could be a problem in a, emergency situation. So Carlin has sort of, and a resident brought this to our attention that this is a problem and that they would like to see something done to address it. So Carlin reached out to a couple people, and we sort of got some various recommendations, and it seems to Carlin as well as a couple others that the easiest solution and most long-term solution is to renumber the street, as opposed to just renumbering those 2, because the idea is that this it'll happen again, if there are more lots put in, like that this is the long-term solution is to readdress the Shaftsbury side of Bank Street. Yeah. Does anybody have any?
I think Carlin's communication on it also included, or maybe it was the guy from the state who she consulted, that the reason it'd be better for Shaftsbury to do so than to ask North Bennington to do so is that they have many more potential lots in there.
Mm-hmm, yeah, so theirs is more likely
So
to
that
change.
it would be a much larger project for them to renumber. Not only more potential lots, but more existing addresses.
Yeah, that is in here.
Yeah, about how many houses in Shaftsbury?
Map.
There's a map, let me look. That's why I had this printed out. I was like, this is a lot to remember as somebody who doesn't. So the line is here. Is this us? Yes, right?
Yeah.
So we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, like 20. So it's several.
Would it be unpopular?
Yes.
I remember there was, up in the hollow, there was one person getting their address changed at a camp, basically. They weren't happy.
That makes sense though that makes sense.
I just multiplied that by 20.
Yeah.
I
So I
once
guess
had my address changed in another township, and it's a nightmare when the town comes in and changes your address, but
and we can also consider just changing 39 and 19. And if we were to change just 39 and 19, which would be a shorter term solution, there's a recommendation here. This recommendation comes from a gentleman at the state who, this is
Tyler.
his job. His name is Tyler.
Tyler
So, this sort of looking at it, if we make it a 25, 19 becomes 25. So I think that really for this meeting, I just wanted to bring this to the awareness of everybody. And then I think the next step is maybe actually for this map and this information to be disseminated to the group or printed out and given to the group.
And what if we set a date sometime in the future? I mean, not next meeting, but for the public to come and weigh in.
I think that makes sense. I think this
And
calls for
notify
public
all the
comment.
people on that road.
I think that's a really good idea.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So if we made it, say, 6 weeks from now or something, we'd have time to send a mailing out to them.
That makes sense to me. And 2 of those addresses really do need to change. 19 and 39. But I think it makes sense to definitely ask for public input and kind of talk about, just open the discussion today of this. What do you all think? Any thoughts, comments?
Changing the 2 addresses would be the path of least resistance, which is the path I love.
And I think those two houses are brought it to our attention.
Yeah.
Well, so they're
there would-
into that
there would
idea.
be no
They already like
resistance.
it.
Well, maybe we should, yeah. I mean, we'll find that out at the public meeting, right? Because the other side of that coin is if we only change the 2, then everybody may need to be changed again later. So but.
Because we would change this to 25. Anyway, we need to think about this. This is something that has been brought to us, and we will think about it.
And you'll distribute this to all of us,
Yes.
this wonderful map.
So everybody's going to get the map. Everybody's going to get Tyler's,
Tyler and Carlin's email.
Tyler and Carlin's email. Tyler's email is very detailed.
He's the guru, the 911 guru for Vermont.
E911
He's
man.
really good at it.
So that's all we really need to talk about tonight, is just to bring this to everybody's awareness, kind of discuss what's going on, what the ask is, and then the 2 game plans, which is change them all, and it's changed forever, change 2 now, and maybe later we gotta change them all again. And then, yeah, I think have the public come in and discuss what they feel about that, and let that be our guide as we are elected officials. All right. So, item 13. Discuss schedule for reports from board liaisons. So I think, would you like to take over on this one? Because
Sure, this is a kind of follow-up to about 2 years ago. Martha Cornwell suggested that we should have a rotating schedule of quarterly reports from board chairs, and so that everybody would we would know what was going on the various committees. And we got a couple of such things, and then it petered out, and the board and committee chairs were very resistant, because it is a lot of time. And so then I had this idea that perhaps we could just have reports from ourselves, the liaisons, on a rotating, say, quarterly or whatever basis, so that we share the information we have, and we all know.
that makes sense.
Does that make...
We reach out to the chair of the committee and kind of touch base, or
Yeah.
figure out what's been going on, and then
Read the
bring that back,
minutes
read the
and-
minutes,
Yeah.
take a look. Yeah, I think that makes sense. And so maybe that's like a report that we would each give. I feel like quarterly is good.
Yeah.
Just kind of, because sometimes it'll be like nothing has happened in 3 months, and sometimes it'll be like 2 sheds, or you know. And then some things that we'll bring in, it can even be in short, because, you know, we talk about the sewer feasibility committee a lot, and so that could just be, you know, what is happening on the sewer feasibility committee, and here's 1 sentence on that. So nothing too, but definitely, I think, written, though.
But also, yeah, and it lets the public know.
Yeah, and then it also creates institutional town memory, because if we have these reports, and if it's just typed up, it doesn't need to be anything super formal, but, you know, from September 21st to December 21st, you know, these things took place on this board, great. No official judgment or anything like, you know, no weighing in, just the facts.
Sure.
Does everybody need a new list of...
I do. Yeah.
Okay, it's on the website.
Great, I can look
actually.
there.
It's
Yeah.
called Board Liaisons.
I would love to know who I'm liaising with.
Board Liaison Assignments,
I feel like
right?
I'm
Isn't that what
liaising
it's
all the
called?
time with everybody, so.
It's on the select board page.
On the
Awesome.
Select Board page.
That's a great place for it to be. All right.
And actually, the committees all know who their liaisons are,
There we go.
because they look there on that page.
Oh, look at you.
The man.
But we crossed some out and changed some. Is that the,
I don't know if this is the most up-to-date one.
because we traded some. We all fought over who wanted the Emerald Ash Board Committee, because we all wanted it so much.
I don't even think that's on here. This was probably outdated, yeah.
Yeah, okay. If that's not on there, then, all right. Speaking,
Thanks.
okay.
Thanks.
Good effort, good
I'm
effort.
very
Speaking
impressed
of,
you had the paper.
you know, the Emerald Ash Board Committee, on item 14, we were going to take a look at the final revised mission statement. They have gone, they had a draft, they had a second draft, and it was amended last meeting. But those amendments need to be incorporated, so we don't have a copy of their final mission statement for adoption today. So we will take a look at that in 2 weeks. But they're all done with it, so.
It's
great.
not very, very different than the one we originally designed. It just kind of clarifies the timeline, and that they are their real mission is to recommend action to the select board.
Mhm.
Recommend and then oversee.
And then they're doing a study of some section? I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah,
okay.
they did that, actually.
Oh, they did that. Okay. So that is that. 15, feral cat colony update. So So Paula has been working with West Mountain Animal Hospital on the possibility of doing a spay-neuter day for the stray cats of Shaftsbury, as it was brought to our attention a couple of times by a concerned citizen. We got rates for the cost of spaying.
And a date.
And what is the date again?
Sunday, October 19th.
Okay, so
Potentially.
October 19th is potentially happening, but we need
For
to
the
talk
town.
about cost, which is that it would be $100 for every male cat and $180 for every female cat. So this is something that probably does not fall under the purview of the spending of the town. So this is a great opportunity to see if we should create a fund for this cause, and also if the concerned citizens could try to outline how many cats there are.
I left them a message today.
All right, so that's just sort of the update there, is we got a potential date and potential rates, but obviously we're not locking it in because the money will have to come from somewhere and it will not be from taxpayers.
But concerned taxpayers
Can contribute.
could contribute to a fund for it.
Absolutely,
And,
yeah. And there might be, that would be the best way for that to take place. But that is a much more affordable rate than some of the ones that we heard when the concerned citizen came in. So it's definitely not, it's a very good start. And we'll
Because
see if we
I
can do it.
think, am I right that Dr. Bergman reached out to other veterinarians in the area and got them to agree to
I
contribute
think so, but it
time?
might just be, I was unclear. I think it might just be the.
His people.
His people there.
The practice. Okay. But yeah, in terms of regional availability, I think that is one of the better prices. So we'll see if we can find a way to make that work. Yeah. All right, so we're on item 16, other business.
That'd be me.
That's you.
Regina.
We had a long time to.
Okay, so Gina Jenks, Assessor's Clerk. I have an E&O that error and omission I need approved by the Select Board. So what happened was, we got our property transfer tax return, which is how we update new owners. The lawyers fill that out and they send it to us, and Nate or I will enter it. And the information was wrong. The acreage was wrong. So the landowner brought it to my attention once he got his tax bills, because it's quite a bit different from, like, I don't remember exactly the amount, it's written there on the sheet.
Back. The bug is back.
The bug is back, there's
It's on the road.
1,000 behind us
Yeah, he doesn't
at
bite.
the door.
I know he doesn't bite.
Well, anyway, so at the front page, it will tell you the difference. What the grand list will be changed. And I need
Okay.
the Select Board's approval to change it to the correct information.
And so these are like property site values, these two numbers here?
Yeah, so what it was is the property transfer said it had, I don't know, 69 acres, I can't tell you, and now it's 45 acres. So that's a big difference in the gentleman's tax bill. So Nate figured out the difference in the price and everything like that, and
Great.
once we get the approval,
Okay.
the changes can get done.
All right, would you like to take a look? Maybe we'll pass it around, everybody can take a look.
I can make a motion to.
Yeah, that seems pretty clear.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
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 You guys have to sign it on the
Yeah.
second page.
We're gonna sign it.
Okay, so that's main business. Second main business with my cheat sheet here is reappraisal. Yay! So I think we're about 80% done with the data collecting. So we have like 7A still to do, 67 west and 67 east. Today, I got postcards ready for like North Road, all these other roads that have smaller numbers. So they're going out today, so those should be done by the end of October. So hopefully, beginning of November, we're gonna get 7A, the big routes out. And so, I just want people that have already been visited by the NIMRIC's assessors, that if they haven't got their interior done, to call me and set up an appointment. We do interiors on Wednesdays. If it's like a major issue that they can't get the Wednesday, once in a while, we could do a different day, maybe toward the end, to set up for the assessors to go out. But they drive an hour and a half to get here, and they have to drive an hour and a half to get home. So our last appointment's at 3 o'clock, so that, you know, by the time they get done, they can still get home by 5, you know? So,
And people are, what's the situation with there? Are people required to allow assessors into their homes?
no. No one's required to do anything like that. But we have not had a reassessment since 2010, and our assessors are finding mistakes in favor of the owners.
Mhm.
So, I mean, even my house.
My house too.
Yeah. So there's lots of things that people think, you know, it's bad. It's not. We have to do this every 6 years now. The state has mandated it, it's a new law, so we need to find out where money's coming from, because what the state gives us is not gonna cover this. So we're gonna have to talk about that, and that's so much fun. But if we get as many interiors done now, so when the 6 years comes, it's not so heavy. I mean, because 16 years is a long time.
I have a question.
Uh-huh.
I got a postcard saying that they would come, but
Yeah.
I don't think they did. How do I know?
You would get a postcard, we call it door hanger, and they tape it on your door, and it says, Nimerick has been here, this is your code, keep your code, because after that, I don't think they've done your road yet.
Okay, then I guess I'm wrong.
So
That's good. I saw his
it
car
says
and
on the
then.
thing, about 2 to 3 weeks, or it
Okay.
could be 1 week. When we mail it out, it depends on what assessor we get and how many we get
Perfect.
at
Okay.
once.
I just wanted to make sure that they would have left notice if I hadn't been
It would be
home.
on your door.
Great.
I'm not
Great.
sure if it's your front door that no one ever uses.
I do see that from the street though, so I usually notice when something's there.
Yeah, but they try to figure out what the main door is, but sometimes.
If they saw
It's
those
too
steps, they would know that was not in use.
So
It's a regular Vermont home, in other words, yes.
They're very good. They knock on the door, if you have one, a Ring camera, they show their badges, things like that. And it is best to get in, but obviously there's people that not gonna, but like that, if, there's so many pictures online from the houses being sold. If we can't get in, and 9 times out of, I can't say that. A lot of times, we can find the information online, and then we can always call them and chit chat. But it is best, it only takes 20 minutes.
Yeah.
They're in, they're out for the interior. If they have to do outside too, it's longer. But they're very good, they're very respectful, and they are finding mistakes from 2010, and it's only helping people.
That's good.
Because there's, you know, different times, different people. These guys are professional, they're educated.
Oh yeah, because the listers used to be. It was the listers.
The listers.
Yes.
They were
I
voted
live in the home of a former lister.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay,
And
that makes sense.
The training is much better now.
More
than-
comprehensive,
And
yeah.
now, actually, it's a law, we have to have training.
That makes sense.
Yeah, it's a very good thing. I think everybody elected should have training mandated, because
Yep.
just because you're elected doesn't mean you know what you're doing. So anyways, it's a good thing. So if anybody wants to schedule an appointment, they can call me. My information's on the webpage. I'm sure Jen has all that lovely stuff up there.
Oh, yes.
And so, all this data is gonna get done, and then after we collect it all, one of the big shots from Nimerick comes down, and our assessors go almost house to house, just driving by, and make sure all the information looks correct. I mean, they do a really good job at what they're doing. And then Nate goes over every single parcel and make sure everything looks right too, even after that. And then we don't get the values until April or May. And then after that information is entered in with the data, we will send out a booklet in April or May. And that booklet will be mailed to everybody. And if I'm not sure if it goes to every single address, or if we have duplicate homeowners, you know, like certain people have apartment houses and things like that. So I'm not sure how that's gonna be. I'll have to find that out. I just didn't think about that till now. But we'll have copies here. It's gonna be on the website. Everybody can be nosy and figure out what everybody's value is.
I mean, it's on the grand
Well,
list right
that's
now.
true.
Yeah.
Well, it was 2010, and it was fun when we had the booklet and we go, oh yeah, that makes sense, and stuff like that. So everybody can look at that and see if it sounds right, and if they have questions, we have the reappraisal site on our website, and that code, you go in, you see what the assessors say like 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, 1,500 square feet, da, da, da. And if any of that's wrong, there's an email they get to go to right then and there and send it to the assessors, and they will just, look it over, go through the information. I've watched Nate do it, and he's like, oh yeah, okay, this is wrong, I'll fix it, and then he'll send an email back. And then if that doesn't work for you, you can always call me.
Okay.
And I will always look into it and see what it says.
Perfect. I'm sure this is very helpful because I know a lot of people have questions about this and are concerned about this. I appreciate
Yeah.
this thorough description because I know that this is a big thing since it hasn't happened for 15 years, which is too long.
Yeah.
So.
And all of this information is actually out here on the webpage and things like that, but a lot of people don't,
Don't look
hard
at it.
to find,
Yeah.
can't see it.
Or they're busy or,
And they
yeah.
talk amongst themselves, so if they're gonna talk amongst themselves, I'd rather whoever talking has the correct information. So the booklets will come out, and I believe in May, June, if you wanna grieve, you send me, there's a form to fill out, that's on our website page right now, it's every year, you can grieve your value. You have to fill that out and give examples of why you think your house should be valued more like John Smith's house, or things like that. You can't just say, I think it's too high. You have to have a reason. You
A comp.
have to have
A comp. Yeah.
things like that.
Totally.
And if you, just a phone call, we can always discuss things, because it's, we're here to listen. We're trying to make it fair for everybody, and this is the only way we're gonna do it. And and that's pretty much it. So you'll get your booklet, and if you don't have your code to check what the lister says, I have a copy of it. But we're not putting that on the website because nobody else needs to know your information. But I have the code, so you can call me and I can help them.
So just to review it, tell me if this is right. When people get an outside and inside visit, they get
That door
either
hanger.
on the outside of their door or handed to them. If it's an inside visit, they get a code and a website to go to look up the information, and that information will be available in 2 to 3 weeks after the site visit.
Yep, usually it's before that, but.
And if they
it's
want
good.
to, contest it, or if they want to discuss it, they should call you.
Right, because,
The
well,
assessor's
if
clerk.
there's something wrong on that information that they just entered, there's an email to the assessor. But if they don't like the answer they get with the assessor, they can call me. And then I can explain or talk to the assessor. And because, they don't know this area like we know this area. And, it could be just a misunderstanding or something. But they are very good, and they listen, and they do their due diligence to make sure everything is right. So I think we're in very good hands with NIMRIC. So,
That's great.
yeah, and so nobody's value is changing until next year. So 2026 tax bill will be the increase, but that changes our tax rate and things like that. But just everyone be prepared, because it's gonna be different, a lot different, even though, because, from 2010, and we base our value on the cost of replacing the house. So we get Marshall and Swift as a company that enters the data. If you have 2 bathrooms, it tells you what the value is to replace, to build new. And then, that's where that information comes from. So
So it's not about the current market value, it's about the
No.
current building value.
yeah.
Oh,
Someone
no.
called me today and wanted to know,
It's even worse.
No, because we're usually lower than, someone wants to know if this value will represent what they could get for their house. I'm like, no, it's gonna be lower than what you can get. So don't take what we have as a value to sell your house, because we're always be lower, because the market is always going up. And, you know, this, as in training, they said the value of your home is only good for that very first day that we put it out there, because the changes happen every day.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it's fun.
All right, so we'll see.
Yeah, it'll be okay.
All right.
All right, anything else?
No, that's it. Thank you so much. That was really thorough.
Have a good one. Thank
You too.
Too.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
Have a good night.
No, I used that again.
All right. More other business?
Yep. Other business, we got the quote for the flooring for the new building, you know, over 3,000 square feet.
4,000 square feet.
4,400 square feet.
4,400. Been over here that's
Just 'cause it's a lot of feet.
A lot of feet. Minus the vault.
Might as well. So like probably
Uh-huh.
probably 4,000, no, probably 3,800.
Yes, so it's, you know, the product that we've chosen is like a vinyl that will look like hardwood floor, that'll be extremely durable. I think it has a 15-year warranty. We have a couple of choices now of which specific model, if lack of a better word. It came in, the quote amount is $26,893.08. There are discounts on here. House of Tile and Carpet, 30% off of the material, it looks like.
And this is from the House of Tile right
Yeah,
here.
Pennington
Yeah.
House of Tile and
Right.
Carpet.
It's a really durable, public
Planking. Yeah, it's like
usage kind
LVP.
of stuff.
And we've
right?
looked at everything, and, you know, I'm gonna go over this with the CCDC on Thursday as well, but like,
It's all super expensive.
it is, but
Even carpet.
I'm hesitant to put any carpet in there because it doesn't last as long, it's not healthy, it's just gross, and you can't replace it easily.
And much harder to
this
clean.
will be more durable, because people are in and out all the time, in and out all the time. So.
And I think Ben was gonna ask some questions about this quote too, but I'm not sure.
Well, we went back to them because they needed to take the tax off, so that got it down a little bit. And he was asking questions about, like, the molding at the bottom. There are different colors, and, I mean, if you get, like, leprechaun green molding, it's gonna be a lot cheaper, because they have some in stock, but we're like, well, we don't want the leprechaun green.
Right. Oh yeah, like the baseboards.
No
and
offense
the-
to leprechauns.
Understood.
Right, so
Or St.
there
Patrick's
will
Day.
be things, I'm sure, that we can be like, oh, well, if we get the gray, that's cheaper than the, you know, whatever.
There's a little.
But the.
Should I
to put
pass this around?
Yes, and to put this into perspective, we've started tallying up what we've spent so far, okay? And if you remember, when the town voted on this, it was $375,000 for the building, and that left us with, like, I want to say $173,000 and change for the renovations. And if you further remember, we couldn't find a general contractor, so we've been doing this kind of piecemeal,
Yeah.
small,
The town has been
projects at a
diligently
time,
project
and it's
managing this.
super paying off, because out of that, we've only spent $33,529 so far.
And that's with all the floors removed, all the new
All the
spaces
demo.
framed
It's
out, all the
framed out.
demo.
Yes, so.
This includes also the windows that were just purchased that were voted on today.
Yep. For the
And so
clerk's
all there
area.
really is left is like floor and paint.
The floor
I-
will be a big expense. The wiring would probably be a pretty big expense
And he has
as well.
rewired some of it.
Yes. So, you know, that quote came in and we were like, you know, that's a
So
little bit more
high,
than we
yeah.
thought, but like, it's really not for something that durable. But we have it, like,
And
we're-
probably the largest spend of the project.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it worth
Yeah.
getting a quote just from another place just to see for the same?
We definitely can.
We can, yeah.
Yeah.
We definitely can. Yeah.
I got a roofing quote a couple years ago from that place in town, and then at my brother's behest, got another one, and it was $10,000. It was 25% less.
Yeah, I got a Vermont roofing quote that was wild.
Yeah, they're very high.
Like, so funny. I was like, oh no, we're not gonna do that.
I think, I
for
mean,
due
the
diligence, we'll get
alternative
another.
would basically be to look for it on Home Depot
And then
website,
try
for
to hire
example.
someone to do
Well,
it.
There's a
companies
little
over
place in
the
Bennington,
Albany
too.
area is so large, you know, that you
Mm.
kind of forget that we're really
Mm-hmm.
part of the
Hyper-specific,
greater Albany
yeah.
area. So some of those areas, some of those.
Maybe that's,
companies are-
and they would be able to mock it up probably pretty quick, because we could just send
Yeah,
them
we
drawings
could
and
do
they
that.
could just, they don't need to come
The
and
further
measure.
consideration is that when you order that, we're at a 8 to 10 week order window, which,
I bet we could get a quote within like 3 days from somebody, from two places in the Albany area, where I'm just like, this is how many square feet it is, and here's like the kind of product, and that would be a good due diligence. What's up, Jen?
Does that include installation?
Yes.
yep.
Yeah. Oh my God.
And it's
Can you
from,
imagine?
you know, a
Just asking.
Shaftsbury
You
person.
never know, a large
Can-
operation, if they might be like, you know, we happen to have 5,000 square feet of this laying around the warehouse, you know, something
Yeah.
strange might happen.
Yeah.
too, so.
I think it's a good idea.
I just want to give two shout outs. One is to Ben Benedict for all of his incredible work.
Yes.
Not just doing the designs, but being there on the ground
Yes.
to meet people over and over. And most importantly, to Paula, who has really been the project manager so far and is on top of every single detail.
Yeah. A new
And it's an
GC.
amazing, it's, she's really, you know,
She's taking it in
Zoe and I
stride.
keep saying we're going to do it with her, but she's the one who's always here, and she's
Yeah.
the one who's
Fielding
keeping
the
track of
calls
everything.
and, you
It's
know.
amazing. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. As somebody's like, oh, I actually don't do that, so we need to find a different guy who does that, or I do this, or what
yeah,
time
we
am I
And I have
supposed
to
to be?
meet somebody at
Yeah.
7:15 this morning to
Yeah.
get the third quote.
Can we meet at noon so I can take a look? You know, it's a lot of, you are
We had to
really,
take Cat 5 out of the building, and
and we
figured
did.
it out.
And we did.
Yes, we did. We're learning a lot.
A lot about flexibility.
But that's kind of like, you know, what we're looking at.
And should we
but-
we could pass this around too.
Oh, yeah, yep.
For the group, just to take a look at what the 33,000 spent so far consists of,
Exactly.
just to kind of know.
You
But
were
yeah,
right,
it's,
though. You
it'll,
estimated it, and you were
yeah,
right.
I was really close. I said 35.
You were very
I was really close. But yeah, we'll need a few more sort of like, the floors are really expensive. And 4,400 square feet is a lot of square feet.
Yeah, I'm trying to think, I put carpets into, it was $8,000 for probably 12 or 1,400 square feet of carpet, 12 or 13 years ago.
Yeah, so multiply that
It's not
times
a
4
huge-
and you're
yeah, it's not
actually
a surprise.
even over.
Yeah, so it's not, yeah, I mean, it's not a surprisingly crazy number.
And this is one of the higher grades of them. I mean,
Yeah,
we
it's a
sort of-
good
we
quality
We don't want to
product.
put
Dismissed
a
at the beginning the
low-quality
cheaper.
floor. If you're going to invest in anything, you put it on a good roof and you put in good flooring.
The flooring is hard, you know, you have to take everything out to do the flooring.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
So it's worth
Yeah.
doing it right once.
And that happened, the demo of all the existing
Yeah, we
floor,
already
the
took
rip up of all the
flooring out,
carpet.
So
the mold.
that part's
Yeah.
up, that one part's done.
I did a little flooring in my early life. And so I know that taking out old floor is the worst thing for a flooring person to,
Yes.
and carpet's one thing.
Yeah, we saved a lot of money on that.
Yeah,
Like a
we
lot
really
of
did.
money.
Go for it. Fancy.
This- You want to see that?
You want current spend?
I'm good.
Yeah, that's
I'm
it.
just
Reading.
figuring.
Yeah, but maybe I'll do research tomorrow and pull somebody and I'll just call them.
Yep.
I'll like.
Maybe
look
we
at
have all the information, we can just be like
Exactly.
for like, what would you?
Yeah, how much would this cost?
Yeah.
Or maybe our old flooring expert should do that, and make the calls.
That's it.
Yeah, because we can't approve this until the next meeting anyhow, because the Community Center Development Committee needs to take a look at it in order to specify which color and which exact material. So either we would do a vote on this not next week but the following, or we could have a special meeting on Zoom where the only thing we consider is approving this.
Which I think might be worth it, because every day counts in terms of getting in
Getting
there
it in
before
there.
winter.
Because once
It's really
the
going to
floor
be a
goes
drag to move
everything
in there
will
in
speed up.
winter. Brad is looking concerned.
Just
It's a lot to
Just
decipher, figuring out what all the terminology means and
Yeah.
that's all.
So I think we have to decide when we want to do that.
Okay, what do you all think? I mean, what do you think, and this is actually a first preliminary question, do you think that the CCDC will be able to choose a material and a color on Thursday? Because the quote,
I think so, because it's for a product, and no matter what color or texture you choose, it's the same price. So it's
Okay.
just a matter of like, we want the hickory-looking one or the chestnut.
got it,
But
and
it's
that
the
they
same
should take a look
price.
at this too
Yes.
in advance.
Yep.
Okay, so I think that maybe it makes sense to have like a special meeting next Monday, just on Zoom for like,
One of us
Just-
has to be here, but I'm willing
Okay.
to be the person who...
and just consider this, so it would be a very brief, you know. Would you all be okay with that?
That's fine.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Cool.
they're in here all day.
The Hornets?
Yeah, I killed one
Oh
over
yeah, I
there.
have so many
The
at my
flip-flop.
office too, actually. They fly into me.
Because it's warm.
Like they're confused and they
Yeah,
fly
they're
away.
very confused,
All right,
yeah.
let's,
Okay,
right.
so that's everything on the agenda. Review of action items. Looking into the tractor parade logistics, looking into the dog Halloween logistics. We appointed Tim, we reappointed Ted. I need to share this E911 stuff with the group.
I can email the list of the select board liaisons.
That'd be good. And we can choose it next time.
who's gonna be looking into all the issues about the Halloween and tractor?
I have to call Passive on a couple of matters. Can reach out to them tomorrow.
But then about the tractor thing, there were a lot of
Yeah,
considerations,
so-
as Art put it.
Okay, so breakdown wise, dog party, we really just need to find out about insurance. In my personal opinion, that's it. Tractor parade, maybe we can circle up in writing, and I will write out everything I think that we need to know.
Okay.
And then when this is written out, then we will decide who will do each thing so that we are in a
Okay.
organized fashion.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
guys in on that?
I'll like write out what has to happen for the tractor parade, and we'll divvy up some. You call Greenwich, you call Manchester, whatever,
Okay.
or we all. But yeah, I'll take on the
And Sarah already
Creating
told
the-
us about one of the towns.
yeah, and I might even be able to find some of it online. So I'll
Greenwich.
create an organizational document. Actually, Paul's
Thank
going
you.
to create it to me and send it as a link.
Oh, I can
And
do
then
that.
I'm gonna
Yep.
be able to edit it, and then everyone will be able to edit it, and then
Yeah.
we're gonna go from there. Okay, great. Zoe to create that. Tractor parade. Overview doc. Okay. Anything else? Why is there's an executive session on here for personnel policies?
Yeah, really quick one.
Okay.
Are we gonna be coming out and making any decisions?
Probably, yes.
Sorry, guys.
Recording stopped. Recording in progress.
Sorry, clicked by accident.
That's okay. I can handle the rest of it. They have to stay because we're
They
coming
have to
out?
stay because we may take an action when we came out?
Okay, we
Is
can go
that-
into my
you're saying
office.
we-
It's like
we-
kind of hot in there though, but.
Let's go on in there and let's do it.
Whoa. We need a motion to enter
Oh, yeah, okay.
executive session.
Well, good thing.
I'm gonna move to enter executive session.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, let's do
As
it.
fast as I can.
2 p.m. on October 6th. Like for the board to consider a temporary increase in HRA benefits. So this year, the town decided to switch healthcare providers in a cost-saving effort. In doing so, the town overlooked the fact that this would basically negate the deductible. So you would end up with 2 deductibles, one from your previous policy and one from your new policy mid-year. This is a result of the fact that the town moves on a fiscal schedule and healthcare companies move on a calendar year schedule. As a result, we have several members of the team who have fairly significant medical expenses. As a result of that, their deductibles have essentially doubled, or not resulting from the illness, but with the deductibles having doubled, it is now going to be challenging for them to make some of these payments, and that's a result of a mistake on the part of the town when considering all of the factors that come into play when you're, making a mid-year decision
And none of
with
us
healthcare
recognized
policy.
that error as we were moving through it, so.
No, when was this also? It's the switch. It doesn't
It would have
matter.
been in the budget consideration for this year because Blue Cross, it would have increased 24% and then moving to MVP only increased it 10%.
Got it. Okay.
That's what it was.
So the temporary increase would be in effect from now until the end of this calendar year, which ends in just a few short months. What the ask here is the current HRA benefit is $2,000 for an individual and $4,000 for an individual plus family. An HRA benefit is something that someone is allowed to use and the town reimburses them for that use. And this is something that's always built in. The request here is to increase those amounts temporarily until the end of the year to $3,250 for an individual and $6,500 for other elections for like a group family structure. So this is within the budget. It's basically like a reallocation of the budgeted amount. So it doesn't increase the budget, but it does change the way that it's structured. Which has been made clear to the select board after review of an account activity report that was put together, and sort of a breakdown of how HRAs work and how HRAs have traditionally worked for the town, and considering the whole double deductible problem, which sounds horrible to me.
Yeah.
So I'd like to call for a motion to approve the increase of those amounts to $3,250 for the individual and $6,000 for the family, etc. Effective until the end of this calendar year.
So moved.
All in favor?
Further discussion?
Any further discussion? Sorry. I always forget that one. I gotta get that tattooed on my hand. All in favor? Aye. All right. So that's it. I think.
Not bad.
So we're adjourning and it's 7.
You need to call for a motion.
Oh yeah. Oh my gosh. Today's not my day. You have to call for a motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Now we're adjourning. Look at that.